Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be my Deadpool and Wolverine trailer breakdown. There was a lot of great stuff in this trailer. I can't wait to just, nitpick everything and slow it all down, pause, and just look at the frames and see all the Easter eggs. So let's go ahead and get started here.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome, man.
Okay, so first thing I gotta say is Wolverine is in a bar. This is a scene we see all the time, even in the Insomniac Games Wolverine trailer. It opens up with a scene just like this, and they might even be playing off of the X-Men First Class scene where Professor X and Magneto are trying to recruit him, and he's just like, go F yourself. So yeah, just a little callback to those two things, and the comics, of course. This scene could also be what the article was talking about in She-Hulk, because if you guys remember back in that show, she's on her laptop and there's an article that says man fights with metal claws in bar brawl. So maybe this version of Wolverine after Xenoverse died went to the 616 MCU. Maybe he's just, keeping his head down, not getting involved with anything. He looks like he's a little depressed. And then maybe Deadpool's looking for him and finds him in the MCU 616 and he's like, oh, like, you're not supposed to be here, so you're gonna help me out now because you're not even supposed to be in this universe. We need to save the multiverse or whatever, and then that could be a way for this reference to the bar fight to make sense in the MCU, because we don't have an MCU Wolverine yet, so maybe it's this one that the article is referencing.
Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go.
Oh.
Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
So that part right there, so I guess alcohol affects him in his older age or something, and his claw coming out, I guess, is a little bit slower when he's intoxicated or something.
Unless you want to take a
Smile, wait for the flash. So that, I believe, was in Deadpool 2. We saw that. I might be wrong, though.
I suggest you reconsider.
So right there, he smiles at the thought of that. So clearly he's not in a good spot right now. Probably doesn't really care about his life, but he can't end his life because it's extremely difficult due to his healing factor. So, he clearly doesn't fear death, I guess, or the threat of death from Deadpool. And then if we go back there, so you can see right there, we've got the Fox logo, which we saw from set photos. So right here, that's the Fox logo. I think that's the CN Tower. I could be wrong. Might be the Space Needle in Seattle or something. But Ryan Reynolds is Canadian and Wolverine's Canadian, so it would be pretty funny to see the CN Tower there. But I'm not sure on that one. This just looks like a boat or something, can't really make it out, and then we've got almost like a volcano in the background, so that might even be a reference to like Pompeii, who knows. We've got Wolverine just standing there. We can see all the characters from like Deadpool 1 and 2 celebrating his birthday. They're broken up, which is confirmed. Then we get this shot right here. Love that suit. I think it looks really, really good. Here's another shot of that boat. I'm not exactly sure if that's from anything. Let's see here. Paradox, he's injured, so I'm guessing that Wolverine probably attacked him, because in the next scene we see him kind of like tranquilized or something, where, I think they tranked him because he was attacking the TVA or something, because they might be responsible for his timeline getting destroyed, basically, because we know that there's a theory that Deadpool is going to be going against the TVA because they're not exactly telling him the whole truth, and he's actually going to be, doing stuff for the TVA that's going to wipe out the timeline that Vanessa and his friends are in. So maybe that's how this Wolverine's universe perished. Then we look at this part right here. We've got the 20th Century Fox logo again. Right there, another shot of the costume. We can see the Red X logo, which I do think that this Wolverine is going to be a live-action version of the animated version. Like, there's just too many similarities. There's rumors of the X-Men 97 characters coming over to live action. We just saw an episode of X-Men 97 with the attack on Genosha, so maybe in the shot we see later on with all the tombstones, maybe those are the mutants that died in that battle, who knows. And I also have a theory that the world that this Wolverine is from was completely just destroyed by Kang, because we know it's the multiverse saga, we know Kang is the big bad, we know that Kang was gloating about defeating Avengers and other superheroes, and this would be a great way to tie in Wolverine into the whole multiverse saga story. You could have it revealed in the third act that a Kang variant destroyed his homeworld, killed all of the mutants, but somehow Wolverine escaped, and he's gotta, bear that guilt of being the only survivor, and it would wrap him up into the story really, really well. You could have him want revenge for all of the mutants that Kang murdered, and it would set him up to be one of the leads in Secret Wars, which is another big rumor right now that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is going to be one of the focal characters. So just imagine Wolverine fighting for all of the mutants that were lost on his homeworld, and going up against Kang, but teaming up with like the Fantastic Four and the MCU heroes, and he could be alongside Robert Downey Jr. and Tobey Maguire. That's what all the news is saying, and it would be really cool, and I just think it's a great way to tie him into the whole Kang story. And then maybe that's why Cassandra Nova is so pissed off as well, because the TVA was doing what Kang wanted them to. Maybe the TVA is destroying all of these worlds with mutants on them because they're just really powerful and have stopped Kang before. There's just a lot of stuff you can do if you say Kang is the reason why all of these mutants perished. There's also a big theory that this Wolverine could be a variant just due to the fact that he didn't kill Jean Grey in X-Men 3. Maybe this one didn't, and that's what resulted in all of these different X-Men members dying. I think that theory would work pretty good as well, but honestly, I think the Kang thing might make a little bit more sense just based off the fact that we're going to see this Wolverine for multiple movies now. But either of those two theories I would be totally fine with. Let's continue on here.
Should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
It's July. Right here, I'm just seeing if I see anything. Not really seeing anything. Doesn't really seem like there's a lot of Easter eggs. There probably is some Easter eggs, like on that graffiti or something, but nothing I can make out as of right now. One thing I will point out, though, is that Deadpool has these golden deagles right here, and there was a rumor that he actually gets them from the Samurai Deadpool that we saw some set photos of. Apparently, he really wants them, but the variant won't give it to him, so I'm guessing he probably fights them, kills them or something, takes the guns for himself, and that's how he gets these. Another thing we can notice, Wolverine has the sleeves off. I'm guessing he probably just rips them off, or maybe even Deadpool rips them off and says something like, "The people want to see your muscles," or something like that. I don't know, that was bad, but I thought it was pretty obvious the sleeves were going to come off regardless of his skin condition. But yeah, I think that looks pretty cool, especially whenever he puts the mask on, which we didn't see in this trailer. Then we get this scene of them talking in the car, and Deadpool's basically telling him, like, your universe died, but my people are still alive, and I want to save them. I don't want the same thing to happen to them. And then this is probably like a heart-to-heart that gets Wolverine to kind of get on the same page as Deadpool and actually help him out and not just keep fighting him. But we can see the photo here is probably from the birthday party or something, but it's all the characters that are attending the birthday party. So he's telling Wolverine, like, all these people that I know and love, they're going to perish if we don't succeed in our mission. So, and then you can see Wolverine's reaction. He's like, okay, like, let's do this. And we can tell that they were fighting before, because he obviously looks kind of like sweaty and tired. And then we saw a scene in the teaser trailer where in this exact car there's like claw marks and everything. So I'm guessing they're probably fighting in there. And then have that heart-to-heart, and then they're kind of on the same page. Then we got this right here, Liefeld's Just Feet, which is a reference to Rob Liefeld, the creator of Deadpool. And then this part right here, Trust Me Kid, I'm No Hero. There's a big theory that he's talking to X-23, Laura Kinney, that we saw in the Logan movie, which I think would be really cool because it's pretty much confirmed that she's going to be in the movie, and there's actually going to be two X-23s, an older one and then the one that we saw in Logan, but she's obviously grown up because it's been a few years now. But yeah, it sounds like they're kind of like by a campfire. You can see the rips on the shirt here. It definitely looks like someone just ripped the sleeves off. So yeah, looks pretty cool. Then we go back to this shot here. Awesome shot with the explosion in the background and them just walking out. What's this say? Eastside Pharmacy. So yeah, not really seeing a lot of different Easter eggs there. So yeah, really, I love this look, man. The Hot Toys figure that I'm going to get is going to be amazing, especially with the mask on and all that. But yeah, let's move on. Right there. So this is awesome. This is right from the animated series and the comics and everything. He's got these little silver things here where the claws can retract and come out as well. I really, really like that. Like, let's just watch that again quickly. Oh my god, that is amazing. Then right here, we can see Deadpool fighting TVA Minutemen. Now, these look like a more militarized version of the TVA than we've seen in the Loki show. So there's a big theory that this is going to be like a group that has defected from the main TVA, and they're going to want to revert back to the old ways with like Kang in charge and not Loki. So this could be like a radical TVA group that, you know, wants to essentially go back to how they were before the Loki series, like very controlled and all that. They maybe don't like free will because it causes chaos or something, who knows. But you can see Deadpool is clearly fighting them, which at the beginning of the trailer and the movie, they're going to be working together. So something has to happen for them to get into conflict with each other. And I think it's going to be Deadpool finding out that the TVA is just using him and Wolverine to basically get rid of the Fox timelines or something. And then that's going to result in Vanessa and his friends dying. And then they send out these militarized TVA Minutemen that are working for Agent Paradox to hunt them down. Then they probably go throughout the multiverse or the MCU or whatever, running away from them and trying to stop them at the same time. And then another thing we can notice, let me just go back to the forest. This forest looks extremely similar to the Age of Ultron forest that we saw the team fighting some Hydra members. And yeah, you know, I think we could definitely see some cameos here. Maybe we get Hulk fighting Wolverine, just like the iconic comic cover of Wolverine's first appearance. And that's been a big rumor that's going to be referenced in this movie, and we might see it. And this is the perfect scene to do it in. But yeah, so we get that. They're fighting again. It looks pretty cool. Then we get Cassandra Nova. She has like some kind of HQ secret base or whatever in the void. This is actually Teeth, which I believe is an Ant-Man variant's teeth when he turned into Giant Man and perished or something, because later on in the trailer we do see that this is Ant-Man's helmet, and we can see the little circle thing that's always been seen on the Ant-Man helmets there. And if you look really closely, you can see Cassandra Nova is getting up from sitting on Professor X's wheelchair. Now, this is obviously a big reference to Sir Patrick Stewart's Professor X, which I can pretty much guarantee we're going to get in this movie. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, this is his sister, and it's going to be awesome. Like, maybe her being born or whatever was not supposed to happen, and she got pruned from a young age and was sent to the void. I think that would make for a great story, and maybe she's the one who wants to destroy all the timelines with X-Men because of her being basically banished right from birth. But it is really cool that we're going to be getting Professor X's wheelchair in this scene too. But yeah, we get another really cool part of them fighting. Really, really cool. We get that TVA suit-up scene, if I can get a better shot. Okay, so he gets a suit-up scene where he gets the new suit for Deadpool 3. Big report saying he gets adamantium swords, adamantium katanas, which is going to be cool, because then he can actually like fight Wolverine and Wolverine variants and everything in the void, because adamantium's going to do a lot more damage than just a traditional sword. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we get this shot here of them in the car. Now, I believe that's just going to be Wolverine and Deadpool fighting. I can't really see if Wolverine's in there. I'm assuming he's in there because this is the car that's going to have all the rips on the seats and blood and everything, and they're going to be fighting. And then this is also, I believe, the same car where we see Deadpool right here having that little heart-to-heart with Wolverine after, probably. So they probably fight and then, you know, have the heart-to-heart and then are kind of on the same page. So, and then they're in the middle of a forest as well. So, yeah. So there's that. Then there's a bunch of parts here. So, right, if I can get it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where the heck is the one part? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we see Alioth there, which we know from leaks that Cassandra Nova is essentially going to control Alioth and destroy variants that don't want to work for her, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. Alioth looks like he got even bigger, and he's got a movie budget now, so that's going to be pretty cool. Then we see this is like the Cassandra Nova secret base thing, so it's like a giant Ant-Man helmet, and we can see that circle part right here is going to open up, and that's where we saw this scene, if I can pull it up. So it's the same thing. So let me go back. So yeah, and then you can see the teeth here. So that's clearly the skeleton of Ant-Man, so that's pretty cool. So he got pruned at some point, maybe he went too big one time, and the TVA removed him from the timeline or something. And you can see his arms here, so I think he just kind of collapsed on the ground, and then they just made their HQ in his body, which is kind of creepy, but kind of cool at the same time. Then we can see some mutants here. This is Toad. I don't know who that is. That is Lady Deathstrike from, I believe, X-Men 1 or maybe 2. I can't really remember. We got Azazel right here. And then I can't really make out who the others are. That's Pyro, though. He's sitting right there. And this is, I believe, Red Skull's car from Captain America, the First Avenger. We can also kind of see Callisto and Toad on the left side there. And then I can't really see anything else. It's a little bit blurry, a little bit hard to tell because they're all wearing like different outfits, I guess, than we traditionally see them in the movies. So they're kind of just wearing like post-apocalyptic outfits, so it's a little hard to make them out. But yeah, here is the Red Skull car, but someone noticed here, so we got, I believe, the Hydra logo still, but then there's also like an Iron Man logo. Let me see if I can get a better shot of that. Yeah, that is an Iron Man helmet, and this is the same kind of car that we saw in the Iron Man movie in his garage, so I don't really know what's going on here. Like, this is kind of like Red Skull's car, but at the same time it's Iron Man, so I don't know what's going on right now, but that is cool to see a little Iron Man logo on the car. What else do we got here? Got, where is it? Where's Dogbull? I just saw Dogbull. Okay, we'll just start here. So we see Wolverine and Deadpool in this kind of little cave, which in the first trailer we actually saw Hulk's bed from Sakaar in this same room. It's probably over here somewhere, and Deadpool was standing there in the first trailer. And then over here we can just see a bunch of bottles. I'm guessing this is like really old alcohol or something that got pruned or whatever. Not really sure why, but Wolverine's clearly drinking it, which I think he's going to have a drinking problem because even at the beginning of the trailer, he's in the bar, he's really drunk, and then here it looks like he's getting drunk again, so I think he's going to have a drinking problem because of all the depression of his world dying and all that. Then we see Dogpool for the first time, licking Deadpool's face. We see this, and you can see he's probably disgusted by Dogpool, and then he's probably got a good relationship with Dogpool because they're both ugly, and they're technically the same person because they're variants. Let's see here. Then we get this Mad Max shot, so we get a bunch of bikes. I believe these are the bikes from the Captain America First Avenger movie, like the Hydra bikes or something. They do look like that, but I'm not 100% sure. Then we see this like prison ball thing that we saw from set photos, and it looks like there's going to be a TVA Minuteman in there. I also have a theory that Cassandra Nova is going to be feeding people to Alioth, because we heard that was a big rumor that if you don't work for Cassandra Nova, she will feed you to Alioth. And I think the way they're going to do it is they're going to put them in these like balls and then just feed them to Alioth, basically. I think that actually makes sense because we saw set photos of this TVA Minuteman in that ball, so I think they're probably just giving it to Alioth, like, here you go, eat it, and then they probably drop these off somewhere in the void so that Alioth doesn't go to their home base. I think that would actually make sense. So yeah, I think these spiky balls are basically just little prisons that they deliver to Alioth for Alioth to consume them. I'm not really sure who this guy is, but you can see this is like some kind of space vehicle. Actually, hold on a second. I think this is the character that we saw in the first trailer where a lot of people were saying, oh, is that Doctor Doom? Which, obviously, it's not. I think this actually might be Sabretooth. That's the theory I'm going with right now. And let's see. Deadpool in the car fighting Wolverine. You can see him right there. An explosion happens. It looks like that is maybe Cassandra Nova's base or something. It looks like it, because it looks like all these mutants are kind of standing there in those post-apocalyptic outfits still, and then maybe this is like part of Ant-Man's body, and that's part of the base. Not really sure, though. Then we see them going on a little road trip here. I do see that kind of looks like... Who does that look like? Maybe Dopinder? I don't know. It looks like curly hair. You can see right here. So I don't know if Wolverine's in the car. Then we get this shot of Wolverine fighting Cassandra Nova. So they probably finally like find her and are wondering what's happening. And then she just fully controls him, which is pretty cool. So Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova. She's got like a little chair here with some tea because she's British. Then we get this cool shot of the car exploding and them coming out, probably to go fight a bunch of the mutants. Yeah, you can see they're fighting a bunch of the mutants there. They're in that room. You can see Hulk's bed again, and probably some helmets or something, some props. Looks like a bathtub or something maybe there. What else? Get this great shot of Hugh Jackman. Oh, I just can't wait to see him in the yellow suit again. What else we got? This scene where they're jumping out of, I believe this is the eye socket of Giant Man. You can see like the helmet surrounding it, and then we got a Doctor Strange portal there. They're jumping out. You can see Cassandra Nova's chair again with the T there. So it looks like they're probably getting beat and then try to escape and then go through the portal. But I do believe this is the eye socket of Giant Man. And then, yeah, so they're jumping out. It looks like Alioth is probably coming right at them, so they're escaping there. And you can see, I believe this is Ant-Man's hand, or Giant Man's hand. Yeah, this is definitely an eye socket. What else we got? Then just the title, and then the party there, where they're just talking about drugs and stuff, making some funny jokes, and... yeah, that's pretty much everything. I think I covered all the stuff I could. But one more thing I want to say about that magical portal is I think this is going to be like right at the end of the movie. There's a big rumor right now that Deadpool and Wolverine will meet up with a bunch of MCU Avengers at the end of the movie. So this would be a great way to do it. You could have Doctor Strange, like Stephen Strange, or you could have Wong open up a portal and bring them over to the main MCU. Maybe Doctor Strange has found out about the multiversal war and is trying to like assemble an army or something. Like, who knows? There's a lot of different ways you could do this. It could literally just be a variant of Doctor Strange in the void that's trying to save them. Who knows? I can't wait to see who the sorcerer is that's helping them escape, but my bet is probably just Wong or Stephen Strange. But like I said, it could be someone entirely different that's not someone we've seen before. But yeah, guys, that is my breakdown of the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot of Easter eggs in there. A lot of them are pretty hard to find, I would say. If I missed any, leave a comment down below and tell me what it was. And also let me know down below what you guys thought about the actual trailer, and does it get you really excited to see the movie now? But that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Deadpool and Wolverine content. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.